Hello guys, Pat here. It's been a while since I've made this sort of video, and today we're going to be looking at something new. So recently, Serum has updated, or essentially made a new version of their plugin called Serum 2. So today, a bit of an unprepared video. I have no script or anything to try in particular. What we're going to do is just have a look at it, explore, and talk about some of the new features they've added in comparison to Serum 2. Yeah, so for comparison side of things, you've got Serum here, which looks like this. And you've got Serum here, Serum 2, that looks like this. There's quite a lot of new things, it's quite bigger. There's a few more tabs here. Well, one extra tab, which is the Mix tab. We'll get to this in a moment. Let's just have a look around on this one. One of the main things they've added is a third oscillator. We got obviously B and A, which is what normally comes with. And now we also got 3. So we can actually change quite a bit of them. So yeah, if you click on the top here, you have a bunch of options here. You have the wavetable, which is usually the normal standard option. However, you can have a multi-sample one, which by the looks of it, can have different instruments there. So for example, if you wanted a piano, just turn it off and you can put a piano on. Have a look at what that sounds like. So it looks like all the different sounds are recorded here, all the different keys. And it's all nicely separated from each other. So that's pretty good. What else we got? We got some acoustic drums. And you can actually go to individual sounds here and see what's going on. And every time you switch, you can see what the sample looks like there, the audio file. That's pretty neat. That's pretty good. You can also resize it here, by the looks of it. Let's make it bigger, actually, so we can see. So we got all sorts of sound files here. Wavetable is the usual one. We got your basic shapes. And you can change here with these positions. Very nice, very good. Some digital ones. 0 2 tables. Okay. It looks like they included some additional stuff to this. Saw drift. Obviously, they got a lot of the default presets from the previous Serum version. And we got sample as well. I think these are just a single, yeah, piano C. You can actually put their noise presets that were in the previous one before into the sample. The noise effects that we used in the previous bottom part here. If I bring up Serum 2, yeah, so the noise effect panel here. When you choose it, you have these options here. So essentially you can actually put them directly into the oscillators without having to save them separately into a re-recorded file. But I suppose by the looks of it, there is no noise. Oh no, you do also still get the noise filter right here. So that's pretty neat. What else have they got? Granular? It appears that they're still about the same presets. And they got spectral. This changes it to this sort of view. You can see what's going on there. Oh, and it actually changes the way it plays. Interesting. Let's say if we took like a, I don't know, a brass stab. That's very different. Granular, so the granular effect here actually can change it. So you can kind of create these cool effects. So that you have the density here, which is how many grains you add to it. And the scan rates. So you can either go from the end of the sample to forward, or you can go from forward to the end of the sample. Spectral. So you can change the way the sample actually plays. You can either play it from the end of the sample or the forward one using this scan tool here. Going to the left makes it play from the end, and then going to the right makes it play from the start. That's pretty cool. There's some other options here. You got your typical warps here that you can change. You can actually put 2 different ones by the looks of it. Let's see. Follow. You can do some. There's so much potential for sound design here. That is awesome. Keyboard variation. Of course, you can always go back to it and it'll keep the samples there for you. That's pretty neat. And like I said, we've got 3 different oscillators. So, of course, we can use the pitch for one, for another. And get some instruments going. Very nice. Got your usual filter here with all the different settings that have come with Serum before. And overall, pretty good. You also get a second filter, so you can filter from the other side if you wanted to. A high pass here. And obviously you have to select A, B, and C here. And sub if you have it enabled. You now can get up to 6 different LFOs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, before it used to be 4, but now you get 6. You've got 4 envelopes here for the main playtime, so you can make it plucky. Well, you got up to 8 macros instead of 4, so it gives you a lot more options. There's some new tools here as well, like the ARP option here. So if we enable this, you have an automatic ARP. Very nice. You can change the different patterns. If you play multiple keys, it will start doing it better. You can give it a specific pattern as well, which looks like you can actually shape here. Very nice. Up and down. Down and up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up reversed. You can get a lot going on here. It looks like you can go up to 1 or 256, or a lot slower. We can go to half rate, or a whole bar. Awesome. You can do triplet mode. You have a bunch of different options here. You have also hertz. Very cool. Transpose. You can even make it transpose a whole range. So you can essentially add additional notes to what you're already playing. So if I play 3 notes, this one, and that one, it'll start making it go up as well. Plenty of options here for this. Very cool. Clip option here, which looks a lot confusing for me. I'm not 100% sure what this actually does, unfortunately. So you can make your own. You can make your own clips within Serum, which looks pretty good. You can have up to 12 different sections. Change the velocities here. So essentially, it's a kind of like a pattern option within Serum itself, which is pretty neat. If you want to just like a simple clip to insert into the song. That's all the LFOs. You got the usual velocity and notes here. Let's have a look at the mix option here. This is something else as well. So they got the mix option here where you can change the buses, the pans, and everything. Filter balances. Just general mixing options here. You got your filters as well. You can actually change how the filter is affected, how much mix is there in the filters. Very nice. So you get a lot more flexibility with this one. That is pretty cool. Effects. So there's quite a lot of cool effects here. Let's just go bit by bit. So we got Bode here, which I have actually had a look around before. It changes the sound quite a bit actually. Let's put like a more spectral sound on. The good old Monster 7. So what the Bode does is it changes vibrato, and you can also change the range of the frequency here. So let's have a look at what it does. Quite a lot of cool effects. I quite like it. So you got your delays here. Very nice. This will be absolutely amazing for sound design. Let's see what other effects we got here. So we got the usual chorus. Compressor. Oh, very nice. I like the design here. The design feels modern, but also like very recognizable. That's really good. So yeah, you can choose the single or multi-band options here, which is very nice. Convolve. I do wonder what this does. So let's put it on the full mix. Oh, so you can actually like essentially make a guitar cab effect with this. That's pretty neat. Some reverbs as well. Got our usual delay here. Very nice, very cool. Next up is distortion. Good old distortion. Got your options here like tube. You got an equalizer. The usual standard equalizer. Just a refreshed version of it. Looks very good. Got your filter here. And you got all the options that you normally would have had in the previous one. My favorite is band reject. We got our typical hyperdimension. A phaser. The standard reverb, you got your plate and hall. There's also vintage. Got plenty of effects to mess around with. Very cool. Oh, you can also press this button to hide the envelopes and LFOs if you want to have a look at the full menu. Very good. There's a splitter. So like, I'm guessing compressing the highs and the lows. Obviously you can move the order here. Lows, highs and mids. So I'm guessing this affects the frequencies of the music or the sound. So say if you want to affect the lows, you might want to, I don't know, say put a lot of distortion on the lows. Even though this sound doesn't really... Okay, so if we play that, so we want more distortion on the low side of things, we can only affect the low end. That is very neat. So, and then say with the mids, you want to add a little bit of, I don't know, a flanger or something. You can do that. I should put that distortion down. So on the lows, we'll just... And then on the highs, we can add something like a chorus. And the chorus will not affect the low mids, which means you can actually have a clean chorus effect without affecting the bass if you just want to keep the bass within the sound. Like the sub frequencies, the low frequencies, which is really cool. I essentially created a whole lead here going on. Very cool. So that's what the splitter does then. Very cool. And finally we got utility. So we got like polarity inverses, which is cool. Simple low pass filter. High pass filter, mono bass. If you want to change the mono bass to have it low. So that's good. You can choose what frequency you want to affect mainly. Or sort of in average. Very good. And of course you got buses here as well. I think these are extra effects on top of it, which is what goes back to the mixer here, I believe. You can change a bus effect here on oscillator A. So what you can do is you can have a separate effect, say like another delay. if we go back to the main one, so you get rid of this delay. Now we can actually mix in we can actually change the delay effect and obviously automate it if we need to, specifically within the bus mix here. So that essentially it skips out the process of doing it on the master rack here, which is, for example, where you would include, say, the serum patch there. So if I was to bring in here and then put like the effect bus here. So essentially it's doing that within serum, which is very useful. So yeah, you can have separate effects in the bus 1 and bus 2. Very nice. Obviously you got your matrix here for your specific adjustments, and you got some global settings here as well. Very cool. So yeah, I really like this, to be honest. I can't wait to start using this again for some more music productions. I'm sorry if I couldn't go through all the different features. Unfortunately, I'm not too familiar with it. Obviously you got your presets here and everything as well. But yeah, that's just a quick rundown and overview, first look at the new Serum 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like and follow my content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.